Hey everybody, welcome to Courage Pays Better Than Fear Mini, and today I'm going to offer my take on NVIDIA after the split. I've had a lot of people ask me for my take on this, and before I get into it, again, this does not constitute as financial advice for you. You are the one pressing the buttons, making the investment, but I'm going to give you my take on how I see things playing out and what I'm going to be doing in terms of investing it, trading it, because AI is here to stay. But before I do that, let me put on my chart analysis glasses and let's take a look at NVIDIA. Pull this up here. Let's share this guy. All right. So we could see here that on Monday, NVIDIA split 10-1 after what has just been a furious run higher since a big gap up last May. That was right in here. And after a pretty long period of consolidation, really from May until the end of this past December, it just exploded higher. And we can see this move. Remember that before the split, NVIDIA was trading at about $1,200. If it hadn't have split, it'd be $1,300 now. And, it's just a tremendous stock. And a lot of you might be asking, well, why is NVIDIA such a profitable company? What's so significant about it? And it's all because of artificial intelligence. And really, when it comes to the leader of artificial intelligence, it's NVIDIA, and there's really no one else doing what they do. Now, you do have other companies like AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, that do create chips. They're called GPUs, graphics processing units, that create the AI, but they can't get on NVIDIA's level, and they're not going to be able to. And essentially, when we talk about artificial intelligence in relation to NVIDIA, we're talking about generative computing, which means that in the past, if you think of computing the way it used to be done with a floppy disk or clicking on an icon, something that was saved on your hard drive, it's retrieval computing. With generative computing or artificial intelligence, what's happening is the file or whatever it is that's desired is being created. And essentially you have these massive computers run on NVIDIA chips that are able to generate video, audio, text. Think of Chat GPT and create all sorts of things. They're able to analyze data well beyond what computers that we think of as being supercomputers could even do. And they just eclipse intelligence beyond what we can even fathom and think about. And this is going to really pose challenges to the American economy, because ultimately it's going to lead to some jobs becoming obsolete. AI will take that over. And if you're looking to invest in a company that's at the forefront of artificial intelligence, then you look no further than NVIDIA. But the question is, right now, is it a place to buy? So you can see we made an all-time high today as we're looking at this. This is on a Friday here. And, if you're just looking at the broader markets, we made all-time highs off of cooler inflation data, CPI and PPI this week. And so is it a good time to buy NVIDIA? I don't know if there's a bad time to buy NVIDIA, but as a technical and analyst of the charts, what I could tell you by looking at this is it's more than likely overpriced right now, and you could wait for a pullback before you get in long on this. And what I mean by that is if you just go back and look, this run up that NVIDIA had from December on, it did pull back a little bit into its earnings that it reported in February, pushed higher. It pulled back into April, and then it pushed higher. And what do you think is going to happen? Well, you're going to get a pullback. You're going to get some consolidation. And so if you're looking to get a value in terms of your price at what you're purchasing NVIDIA, then you can wait for this thing to pull back, and you could look at your moving averages. You can see I have the 10-day exponential moving average here, which that price point would be 122.24. So you can have a plan to purchase some shares there, or at your 20 EMA, 115.22, or you can wait for it to come down to your 50 EMA or your 100. Those are the sticker lines that I have here on my chart. But just know that just because you have a plan to purchase it there doesn't mean that it's going to pull back. This thing could just keep running because it is NVIDIA, right? If you just look at the trajectory that this thing has been on, it's been insane. But if it follows any type of pattern like it did after its parabolic move last January into May, it did consolidate for a period of time before going higher. So what I would say is wait for a bit of a correction, a pullback. It happens on all stocks. Yes, it will happen on NVIDIA, and then try to take it long from there. What I did, and this is just my take, Monday when it split, I did load up on some shares that I'm just going to hold for about 5 to 10 years. I'm not even looking at it. And in fact, I'm not even going to trade NVIDIA, day trade it or swing trade it anytime in the near future, because I'm going to be an investor. I believe in what artificial intelligence can bring to the world, to humanity, and I'm just going to set it and forget it and leave it there. So while I did add shares here on Monday, around 120, and you can see that it's already up, $12. It went up $12.90 from there to hit that all-time high. What I'm now doing is waiting for pullbacks and corrections before I take it longer. And eventually, this isn't the first time that NVIDIA split, but it's going to attract investors. People are going to want to have a piece of artificial intelligence. And if you can be patient with this thing over time, it can make some moves, right? And, again, this is not financial advice. This is how I'm approaching it, but I would not be surprised in 5 to 10 years when we come back and we look at the NVIDIA chart, if we're talking about this being $1,000 stock again, it splits again, because that's just how powerful artificial intelligence is. So if you are looking to invest in NVIDIA, what I would wait is for some type of correction, some type of pullback, get some value, set up a plan for yourself to maybe where you buy some at the 20 EMA, you buy some at the 50 EMA, you buy some at the 50 SMA, you buy some at the 100 SMA, and you dollar cost average over time. And then you just hold it and let it run. This is not something you want to look at and check it every day to see how it's doing. You just let it do its thing. And I think if you could do that for 5 to 10 years, you could be patient. And that time that transpires, you'll probably be pretty happy with the results. And if you just go back and look, if you would have invested in NVIDIA, let's see, so it's 2024. If you would have invested in this company back in 2014 when it was trading at about 42 cents, it's pretty darn good, right? So when it comes to long-term investing, have a long-term perspective. Great company. Artificial intelligence isn't going anywhere. You're going to hear more about it as time goes on, but that's just my take on NVIDIA. Wait for that correction, snag some shares, hold it, forget about it, don't check it, stop trading it, let it do its thing. And that's it. That's the Courage Pays Better Than Fear mini for today. Hopefully that was valuable to all of you out there. You can check out the Traders podcast that I do weekly. If you're interested in trading and investing coaching, reach out to me, couragepaysbetter@gmail.com, and I will see you back here for another Courage Pays Better Than Fear.